Hello again. I just wanted to film a relatively quick review of the 2011 movie Hobo with a Shotgun, which I had the pleasure of viewing yesterday. Basically, if you know the title of this movie, then you essentially will know what you are getting into going into it. It's about a hobo with a shotgun. The hobo rides into this, I think it's an unnamed city, and he essentially just walks into urban decay and just complete chaos. There's a crime boss with two sons who are just taking over the city, and there's rape and violence, drugs, just complete chaos. There are no authorities to essentially keep the place in order because they're all bought out by the crime boss. The hobo comes into town. Eventually, he meets this prostitute, and she starts to get into trouble, but then he sees this positive aspect in her, or he sees something that he thinks is worth saving or something like that, and he decides that he's had enough. He's not going to let this prostitute, whose name is Abigail, suffer anymore, and so he decides to take matters into his own hands by serving up some street justice with a shotgun. And that's pretty much the movie. Now, obviously, I didn't get into details there, but I think that that's pretty much all that you really need to know going into the movie. Um, it's completely ridiculous and absurd, and I love pretty much every minute of that absurdity. In terms of plot and synopsis, I don't really think I should comment anymore on that. I don't really even know how much I should talk about in detail about some of the things that happen because it's kind of better if you just see it. Um, it's one of those things where I feel like you need to certainly watch it to kind of experience the full extent of the absurdity that's going on. In terms of review and my views kind of toward the film, I didn't really have any negative feelings about the movie. I mean, like I said, I pretty much enjoyed the entire running time, which was just pure cinematic bliss for me. It's right up my alley. Um, I mean, the movie has pretty much everything. The sons of the crime boss, they're completely over the top in every way imaginable. They are just deplorable people, but at the same time, you just love them just due to the fact that they're so ridiculously, I don't know, just so rotten and foul in every way that you can think about. Again, completely over the top, which I loved. The crime boss is the same way, and the hobo himself, he actually delivered, I thought, a pretty good performance, and it's sort of one of those things that uh, it could have actually been, I think, a dramatic role for him, if not within the context of kind of this surrounding ridiculousness that is going on around the central character, I guess. But it doesn't come off as strange, like him acting dramatically within the context of this absurdity. It actually works really well, and again, there's just complete chaos going on. There's gore, people's faces getting shot off, heads exploding, getting torn off of manholes, and obviously lots of shotgun shooting. um, I don't want to go into detail more because I don't want to give away all the really neat things that happen. Oh, but there are these really, really awesome, crazy, demonic robot things that are sort of the one of the antagonists that work, I guess, for the boss, and their scenes are completely, I don't even know how to explain them. They're just amazing. I know that it's been about 6 full months into 2011, and I know that this is going to come off as strange when I say this, but I think that this is one of the best movies that has come out in 2011, at least one of my favorite movies, in terms of really accomplishing, I think, what it set out to do. Uh, again, I don't really have that many complaints about the movie. It was a lot of fun. The score was amazing. The performances obviously were ridiculous, but and over the top, but with good reason. That's how they're supposed to be. I'm gonna give the movie 4 stars. I may give it more if I was rating it strictly on how much fun I think the movie is to watch. In that case, it might be like 4.5 stars. But considering the filmmaking style, even though they obviously didn't intend to make a really good movie, I think that overall I would give it 4 stars. I definitely recommend checking it out. If you're not easily offended and you sort of like the B movie type of films. So do check it out. That's all pretty much I have to say.